Once again, you are welcome to this teaching called sentences structure. How sentences are structured in English language in order to convey meanings. Sentences does not just appear. There are rules and other, will I call it, um, instructions that make sentences to work perfectly well. And when we ask our students, give us a type of sentence or make a sentence, they will say, which kind of sentence? Is either is a type of sentence according to structure or a type of sentence according to function. So these are two kinds of sentences that we have in English language. But today we are going to treat the four types of sentences according to structure. Please, if you have not subscribed to this my channel, kindly do so. And if you have done that, please like my video, comment, and as well share the link with your friends, more especially if you are a NECO, WAEC, JAM prospective candidate or other related professional examination that are used for placement, that can be used to place students for admission or other related maybe things. Okay, having said that, please, my next video, I'm going to discuss about type of sentence according to what? This one is according to structure. Then I'm going to talk about according to function. So please follow this channel. Now, let's quickly go there. There are four types of sentences according to structure. So there are only four. Number one is what? A simple sentence. But before we talk about a simple sentence, compound, complex, and so on, it will be okay for us to define a sentence. What is a sentence? I say a sentence simply means a group of words that have complete meaning. Yes, group of words that have what? Complete meaning. There is another definition that I normally use, but because of space, I will not be able to write it. I say a sentence start with a capital letter and end with a punctuation mark. Yes. For a sentence to be called a sentence, it must start with what? A capital letter and end with what? A punctuation mark. If it's an interrogative sentence, it will end with what? Question mark. If it's exclamation, it ends with what? Exclamatory mark. And if it's a declarative sentence, it ends with what? Full stop. But this is what I'm going to talk about in my next video. So now we have known what is a sentence. A sentence simply means group of words that have subject, that have verb, that have complement, and that have all these things. But one key thing, it have what? Meaning. It makes what? Sense. Now let's go to number one type of what? Sentence according to structure is a simple sentence. A simple sentence consists of one independent clause. Please, when we say independent, it means it's not depending on another word. It means it can make meaning on its own. That is what we mean by independent. It says again, an independent clause contains a subject and verb and expresses a complete thought. It says what? An independent, it means it's not dependent. It's not dependent. It stands on its own. It has subject, it has a verb, and it makes what? Complete thought. And sometimes we can say it has subject, it has verb, and it has what? Subject. And if you want to remove the subject, you say it has subject and what? Predicate. So those are topics for another day. All right, examples of what? Simple sentence. I like tea is a simple sentence. I used to tell my students that a simple sentence has only one message. So if you cannot get all these definitions, simple sentence, one message or one information. So that is it. Then now example number 2, the earth goes round the sun. Yes, that is what. If you see that we have I like tea. I is a subject. This one is object. The earth goes round the sun. This is its subject. This is the object. So we can say a simple sentence have what? Subject, verb, and what? Object. Now let's quickly go to the second one, which is what? Compound sentence. A compound sentence simply means it has two sentences that can stand on their own, and they normally have what we call what? They have conjunction holding them together. Each of the sentences can stand on their own. That is why we call it what? Compound sentence. Now let's quickly look at the definition I have here. I say a compound sentence is two or more independent clauses joined by a conjunction or semicolon. Each of them can form a sentence alone. Yes, each of them can form a sentence alone. Anytime you hear compound, if they say compound word, it means two group of words that are matched together but can be separated and they will still make meaning. For example, if you say football, foot and ball, foot can stand alone, ball can stand alone, but when they are joined together, it becomes what? Compound word. So the same way, compound sentence has what? Two information or two messages or two group of sentences or ideas that can stand alone on their own but are being joined together with what? A conjunction. Let us look at this example. We say, I like rice and John like beans. I like rice is a simple sentence. So when you match two simple sentences together, it gives you what? Compound sentences. Let's look at another example. You say, John went to work. Can stand on it. So when you see conjunction, but Mark went to party. John what? Went to work, but what? Mark went to party. So these are what? Compound sentences. So simple sentences is what? One message. Compound sentences, two messages. Now let's go to number 3, which is complex sentence. When you hear something complex, it means the thing actually revolved around many things. So example, let's define it. A complex sentence consists of an independent clause plus a dependent clause. Let me explain. It must have what? 3 messages. 3 messages. That is what makes it what? Complex. But in that 3 messages, it will have at least one independent. That means one that can stand on its own and make complete meaning. Then 2 that cannot stand on their own. That is what makes it what? A complex sentence. But remember, simple sentence, 1 message. Compound sentence, 2 messages. Complex sentences, 3 messages. Now let's look at the example. We missed our flight because we were late. We missed 1. Our flight 2. Because we were late 3. So that is what we call complex sentences, 3 information. Now let's take another example. Our dog barks when she sees a visitor. Our dog is 1, barks 2, when she sees a visitor 3. So you see, we are having 3 messages or 3 information in complex. While the last one, which is compound complex sentences, that one will have 4 and above what? Information or messages. And in that 4 and above, you must have at least 2 independent and 2 dependent. Let's quickly see what is there, and we call it a day for today. Compound complex sentence. This one consists of at least 2 independent clauses, and 1 or more dependent clauses. As I say, 2 independent, 1 or more. But in order to balance the equation, it depends on how creative a writer is. You can make it 2, but at least 2 independent. When we say independent, they are not dependent. They can stand on their own. So that is what we mean by what? Independent, but dependent, at least 1 and above. So you can keep on constructing. But once a compound complex sentence does not have up to 4 information, it is not a compound complex sentence. All right, let's look at these examples and we are done for today. You say John didn't come because he was ill, so Mary was not happy. John didn't come, 1, he was ill, 2, Mary was not happy, 3. So John didn't come, 1, because 2, he was ill, 3, Mary was not happy, yes, making 4. So thank you. Now the last one, he left in a hurry after he got a phone call, but he came back 5 minutes later. So if we want to analyze it to see if we have at least 4 information or 4 messages, he left in a hurry, 1, after he got a phone call, 2, but he came back 3, 5 minutes later, 4. So thank you so much. If you have a question, you can drop your question in the comment section. And if there is a video you want me to do, please comment below. And please do not forget to like my channel, to subscribe, and also share link, more especially if you're a prospective WAEC candidate. So in my next video, we are going to talk about types of sentences according to function. So thank you and see you at the top. Bye.